Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part two of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of March 17th through March 21st. We're in part two of our weekly trading game plan. We'll be selecting our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, stocks in our shopping list. We'll also discuss how we can use dividend payers and several option strategies to generate income while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. So let's get started. Good morning, Fairchild. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're having a great weekend. So here's our Google document with our notes for part two of our weekly trading game plan for this trading week of March 17th through March 21st. We keep our notes for our weekly trading game plans in publicly accessible Google documents. Our notes documents contain links to bonus videos for the tools and resources we use to trade our top swing trading stocks to watch, etc. You can find a direct link to this Google document in the description box below. We keep all our weekly trading game plan notes documents in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, so you can refer back to the notes for part one, as well as previous weekly trading game plan notes, and you can also find a direct link to that publicly accessible Google Drive folder in the description box below. If you haven't already seen part one of our weekly trading game plan for this trading week, titled the FOMC Interest Rate Decision, March 2025, we'd highly recommend you also view part one, as that contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trade ideas for this trading week. Welcome, RT. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. So firstly, we'll quickly go over our trade updates for this week, and then we can look at those charts also in Webull. So firstly, we went long APLY. APLY is the monthly dividend payer on Apple. So we went long again on APLY on the 12th at 15.25. You can hear our thesis and our previous analysis of APLY as a monthly dividend payer via the links to the videos and the notes. Again, we've been accumulating a number of these monthly dividend payers on the Mag 7s, as you've seen, kind of waiting for the market to bottom, swing back up. And in the meantime, we'll be collecting dividends, reducing our cost basis, and or collecting cash on these yield maxes. So that's kind of our strategy while we wait for the market to bottom and swing back up. Seasonality in March, going into April, as we've discussed for several weeks. Welcome, Gerald Fitz. Thank you for joining us. Secondly, we sold some covered calls against our position we've had for a long time in TECS. TECS is the leverage short on technology. Had for a long time, probably too long. I probably got in too early, but we sold some covered calls against that position for $13.50 per contract. So we'll look to buy those back cheaper. If we get a strong rebound in technology, we'll buy those back cheaper and then rinse and repeat. If tech continues down, eventually I'll get called away on that position for a small profit. Just a quick reminder, although I don't ever recommend anyone blindly follow us into or out of trades, it would help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career to hear when we enter or exit a trade. You can get real-time notifications of our entries and exits by joining our Patreon. We also have a number of additional alerts channels in our Discords available to our Patreon members. Again, help you make money trading. You can hear how you can best use our trade alerts via the link to the bonus video in the notes. Very quickly to look at those additional alerts channels in our Discord. Firstly, I have a Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel in our Discord. I've set up price alerts in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to the Thinkorswim channel in our Discord. If I do follow that up with a trade, then I'll reply to that in the Thinkorswim channel. So we see GOOY, which is the yield max on Google that we're watching, recently hit its 52-week low. So again, that'll be a trigger then to take a look at that, see if we want to enter at that time. we make a trade not directly related to a thinkorswim alert, like when we went long on APLY, then I will post that to our trade alerts channel in our Discord. Again, Patreon's members have access to all these alerts channels also. We also have an alerts channel with alerts generated by our automated systems when stocks are moving up, breaking out, near a support or price target. You can hear how you can use these real-time alerts to get alerted when stocks are moving up, breaking out, etc. You also get access to that real-time alerts channel by joining our Patreon. So again, another great resource for shorter term traders as well as swing traders, day traders, scalpers, etc. See sector rotations, changes in sentiment in the market. So here we see SARK, which is the short on RK moving up. See GDXD, which is the short on gold breaking out. So gold going down, RK going down, yen the long on China breaking out. So China moving back up. So again, great resource to see changes in sentiment, sector rotations in the market for any shorter term traders. So if we look at those trades quickly in Webull as well. Welcome to Crow. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Ricky Khan. Thank you for joining us. So again, here's APLY. So we got into APLY right before its ex-dividend. I believe APLY went ex-dividend on the 13th. So we got in at 1525 on the 11th. So if you got our alert, you were able to get in at a cheaper price. We did bounce back up on Friday. So again, we'll hold that, wait for Apple to recover, and in the meantime, collect those monthly dividends, reduce our cost basis on this position in APLY. TECS, again, the leverage short on technology. Again, we saw technology. It's been in a steady decline for quite some time now. So we took advantage of that rise in TECS to sell covered calls on our position in TECS. Again, if tech rebounds strongly, we'll buy those back cheaper. Tech continues down. Eventually, those will get called away, hopefully at a small profit. So I hope that all helps. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll go over our updates to our top swing trading stocks to watch list for this week. We'll look at those in our watch list Google sheet as well as in the charts in Webull. So again, here's our updates to our top swing trading stocks to watch list for this week. Go over the updates. Then again, we'll look at them in our watch list Google sheet as well as in Webull. Firstly, still have I've left AMZY in our watch list Google sheet. We're already long AMZY. Again, AMZY is the yield max monthly dividend payer on Amazon. It went ex-dividend on the 13th, so we collected that dividend on AMZY. So again, lower our cost basis, collect some cash on AMZY. Next ex-dividend is April 10th. Again, you can hear our analysis of a number of these yield maxes on the Mag 7s via the link to the bonus board to the video in the notes. We're still watching CONY, CONY, which is the yield max on Coinbase. Again, Bitcoin had dipped back down. They got a dip on earnings. We're looking for that to dip back down. So if Bitcoin drops again below 80K, might drive Coney back down. You can see it went ex-dividend on the 6th, paid about 60 cents. Goes ex-dividend again on April 3rd. So we've got some time. Look for a dip, support level in Coney. Might take a position there. And again, collect a dividend while we wait for Bitcoin to pop back up. Saw that 52-week low on the yield max on Google. So we've been watching that one as well. Another yield max monthly dividend payer on Google on the Mag 7s. I took NBDY out of our watch list Google sheet as we're already long in NBDY. See, it already has run up, so that's in profit. It went ex-dividend on February 27th, paid about $1.60. Next ex-dividend is $3.27. Also, we've got the NVIDIA GTC conference all this week, so I expect some pumps, some pops, and NVIDIA, pops in AI stocks, semiconductors. Can we discuss this yesterday? So if we do get an exaggerated pop in NBDY, I might scalp that off for a profit. Otherwise, again, we'll just trail it with a stop, collect the next dividend on the 27th, and hold that until it rolls over. Done several videos on NBDY that you can hear our thesis behind that. I've also left TSLY. Thought about taking that out. It has rebounded some. We're already long TSLY as well. Get another yield max monthly dividend payer on Tesla. It had dipped significantly, so hopefully you were able to catch the bottom in TSLY. You can see it went ex-dividend on 220. Next ex-dividends this week, 320. Still some opportunity to get in at a reasonable price on Tesla, TSLY. Again, Tesla has been driven down about 50%, so plenty of potential upside. In the meantime, we'll collect our monthly dividends, reduce our cost basis in TSLY. Again, now you can watch all of our top swing trading stocks to watch in our watch list Google sheet, and you can get 24/7 access to this by joining our Patreon. This gets automatically updated at the end of each day. If I do make any updates after that's been generated, then I post those in the stock watch list updates channel in our Discord. Show you. And our Patreon members also have access to that. So when we added INFU on the 7th, posted that to the stocks watch list channel in our Discord. Also got a whole series of videos on how you can use our watch list Google sheet to watch our top swing trading stocks to watch, etc. And how you can use the PE and ATRs, the buy at, sell at support and resistance levels to help you with your trading in our watch list Google sheet. So here's our top swing trading stocks to watch in our watch list Google sheet. So you can see I've left AMZY, TSLY in our list, even though we're already long. You can see the risk reward profiles of all of these, our current price targets, also the dividend information, current yields, optionality, ATRs, etc. So again, you can watch all of these in the watch list sheet in our watch list Google sheet. Welcome, Katon, RT. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you all are doing well. So if we look at those charts in Webull, here's our top swing trading stocks to watch list. So here's AMZY. And we're already long AMZY. I think I was in at 1662. So if you got notified of that, you could again get a better entry point. Looks like the bottom was 1575. bouncing around a little bit. So again, some opportunity to still get an AMZY. Let's see when it's next ex-dividend. So it goes ex-dividend April, so you got plenty of time. CONY, yield max on CONY. Again, the recent bottom, 781. So if we get that dip in Bitcoin below 80 again, might drive CONY back down, could pick up a chunk of that, waiting for a bounce and pump in Bitcoin to drive Coinbase up. Saw GOOY hit its 52-week low, got notified of that. So the low, 1253, it's bouncing along that support level. So again, might be a good time to get a chunk of GOOY yield max on Google. Again, we saw all the Mag 7s did bounce up on Friday. Actually, this Friday and last Friday, they had a bounce. Here's TSLY and Tesla. So Tesla's been in steady decline, bottomed out at about 738, did rebound some this week. Looks like it's headed back up. So plenty of potential upside in Tesla. So when that gets profitable, we'll start trailing that with a stop. Just to look at the run up in NVDY. Again, I removed that one as it's already run up. So again, we're trailing that our position in NVDY. It bottomed out at 1550 or so. So if we do get a correction quick, might still be an opportunity. Again, I expect some pumps in NVDY due to the NVIDIA GTC conference this week. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, you can still get 20 free fractional shares of stock by opening and funding your account. It is only $500. And each fractional share worth $3,000 to $3,000. If you use our affiliate link in the description box below, you can get all your free fractional shares of stock. Also take advantage of any current promotions they may have at this time, and also help support our BeachBum trading community. Also, you can trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, overnight in Webull, and you can get more information about overnight trading in Webull via the link to the video in our notes, also the discussion topic in our Discord. Okay, let me grab a drink. We'll go over our bullpen stocks as well. Okay, here's our bullpen stocks. If you're new to our community, the concept of the bullpen stocks are ones that may not have the setup to warrant inclusion in our top swing trading stocks right now, but I've identified they may in the near future. So we put them in the bullpen, revisit them periodically. If their setup improves or then we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. If they break down or run away, then we just take them out of the bullpen and we can revisit them again in the future. Again, now in our watch list Google sheet, it's easy to watch and trade off our bullpen stocks as well. So as you can see, we had APLY in our bullpen. When that came close to their support level, we decided to go long APLY. So I've moved that up to the top swing trading stock to watch list for your benefit. Well, actually, I removed that one. Okay, I left it in the bullpen. Again, we're already long APLY, but I did leave it in the bullpen list for your benefit. Again, it goes ex-dividend again April 10th, just when ex-dividend paid 34 cents on the 13th. Get more information via the links to the videos and the notes. We've been watching GCT, GigaCloud Technology, for a little while. You can hear our thesis on GigaCloud Technology via the links to the videos and the notes. And we talked about GOOY. I did move that one up to our main watch list from our bullpen. So that's one we had in our bullpen. Setup looks like it's improved. So we put that in the game, moved that up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. We were watching INFU in our bullpen, Info System Holdings. I removed that as it's broke down through support. So we just take that out of our bullpen and we can again revisit that one in the future. You can hear our previous thesis on INFU via the link to the video in the notes. MET-C, and we've been watching that for a while. Coke and coal play, rare earth materials. This one's been very volatile. They had a positive reaction to their earnings, big pop, and then a quick retracement. I thought about removing it on that pop on earnings, but then again, that retracement, we might get an opportunity to get in there. Congratulations to any of our BeachBum traders who got into METC or caught that big pop on earnings. Again, as we'll see, these low floats, these more liquid stocks, it's important to have your stops in place. Again, as it retraced pretty dramatically, hopefully you were able to capture and preserve your profits in METC. Tatron components, again, low float, small cap, very choppy stocks, just been kind of flat, chopping around. So you can hear our previous thesis on Tatron components. Be the links to the videos in the notes. One we talked about yesterday, pretty interested in a swing back up in uranium. Interested in using URAX, which is the leverage long based on URA. So you want to find the bottom, swing back up in URA. Its 52-week low is 22.78. It's a little bit above that, hasn't quite dipped down to that level again. So we're waiting for that bottom and swing back up in URA, and then we'll go long uranium swing with URAX. You can hear our previous analysis of URAX via the link to the bonus video in the notes. We've also been watching USOI, it's kind of another small cap company, technology company. It was identified as a double bottom recently, and you can hear our thesis on USIO via the link to the video in the notes. So we can also now watch all of our bullpen stocks in the bullpen sheet of our watch list Google sheet. So again, you can see price targets, the risk reward profile, dividend information, optionality, their next dividend date, next earnings date, etc. So a lot of information makes it easier to watch or trade. Also our bullpen stocks from our watch list Google sheet. Okay, let me grab a drink. We'll go over those charts in Webull. Okay, let's look at our bullpen stocks in Webull. Here's our bullpen watch list. We talked about APLY. So again, you can see that bottom and bounce in APLY. Here's GigaCloud, GCT, again, technology stock. See it dropped dramatically. That was an earnings miss, rebounded pretty quickly, but then it's kind of trailing back off. So we'll see if it's going to come back down to a support level. Initially on that bounce, I thought it was going to run, but again, retracing somewhat. METC, again, we'll see that volatility on the positive reaction to their earnings. So it popped from low 8s, 8.17, all the way up to 11. So again, congratulations to any of our BeachBum traders who caught that big pop on their earnings. Then you see it retrace very quickly back down to below 9. So again, reason with these low float small caps, get your stop in, protect your profits, don't give back all these profits. Could retrace very quickly. We get a rollover again under 8. might pick this up. Again, they had a positive earnings, so we could get another pump like that in the near future. So TECS is chopping up and down, pretty flat, so not terribly excited about that. But and then again for URAX, we're using URA for the trigger. So I put URA in my Webull charts so we can watch the bottom on URA. See 2278 bounced up a little bit. If we get just a little dip down, pick up block of URAX. And URAX is leveraged, so it's going to deteriorate over time, even if URA is flat. So again, I want to use the bottom or support level in URA as my entry trigger into URAX. Then USIO, again, small technology, double bottomed recently, again, small cap, relatively illiquid, pretty choppy. So it has had, significant pops in the past. So plenty of upside, potential double, but again, you'd have to wait for some positive news, positive earnings, etc. And these small caps like USIO. Welcome to Crow if I missed you earlier. Thank you for joining us. So I'm adding to our list of honorable mentions as I find them. So double bottoms, multiple bottoms, and FinViz. We'll come back and do further due diligence on those as we have time. We've done previous videos on several of these, so you can investigate these, see if any of these are also of interest to you. So Easy Mike mentioned that we discussed yesterday THD, which is the ETF on Thailand. So we've done a video on THD, the ETF on Thailand. Again, I've been watching that one, and we discussed that again yesterday. Again, we always recommend that you have your list of shopping list stocks ready to go. We've seen these steep declines in the market. We've seen these irrational reactions to earnings. Also big drops in the travel sector, etc. So have your shopping list ready to go. Take advantage of any drops in the market, irrational reactions to earnings. Again, none of our content should be considered financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All of our content is for education and hopefully some entertainment purposes only. Again, we recommend you stay away from zombie stocks, zombie companies, zombie ETFs. Again, we've got higher for longer rates. We saw yesterday the Fed is not expected to make any change anytime soon in their interest rates. So again, put these zombie stocks, zombie companies under pressure for longer. You're concerned about a money-losing stock becoming insolvent, going bankrupt, have to do an offering or reverse split. You can use our biotech due diligence Google sheet to calculate the quarter's cash flow positive for any money-losing stock, not just the biotech. And you can get access to our biotech due diligence Google sheet by joining our Patreon. We'll quickly look at our shopping list, and I made a change in our shopping list, and we'll look at that in more detail, do some due diligence on USOY, which is a monthly dividend payer on oil, and we'll see why I replaced USOI, which is the old Credit Suisse monthly dividend payer on oil, with USOY. So I was looking for a monthly dividend payer on oil. We've seen oils down below, below 70, around 67. If it bottoms, if USO bottoms, then we'd be looking for a monthly dividend payer on oil for potential, collect some dividends, Don't expect oil to drop, for a long period of time, much lower. So again, now you can also see our shopping list stocks in the shop list tab of our watch list Google Sheet. Got some Mag 7s, Amazon, Apple, etc. Got JEP, JEP-Q, some monthly dividend payers, some REITs, Land, O, Stag. Got MSB for steel, MP for rare earth, and BDY, some of our yield maxes, TSLY, URAX, and watching uranium. You can see now I replaced USOI with USOY. This is the Defiance Oil Enhanced Options Income ETF. So again, you can see at the bottom on that 1175. It's based also on USO, so we'll take a look at that in more detail in a minute. Also, you can see wheat's coming back down a little bit. If it comes down to 52-week low, we could go long wheat again with WEAT. Again, we looked at the futures yesterday in wheat. So I hope that all helps. Okay, next we'll look at dividend payers. We use dividend payers to generate income while we're waiting for our swing trading stocks to set up. If anybody in the chat has a particular dividend payer you want to take a look at, please throw those up in the chat. You can take a look at those dividend payers, grab a drink, and I want to do some quick due diligence. As we mentioned, we added USOY, Defiance Oil Enhanced Options Income ETF as a monthly dividend payer on O, and replace that in our shopping list, replace USOI with USOY in our shopping list. So I want to take a quick look at that. Again, you can also get access to our dividend payers Google Sheet, generate your schedule of dividend payers with whatever dividend yield, total return, dividend schedule, risk reward profile, etc. By joining our Patreon. Okay, again, I just want to do some quick due diligence and comparison of USOY. So we'll search for that one first. So here's USOY. Again, the Defiance monthly dividend payer on oil. You can see it's got a total return of 51.9%, whereas USOI, the old Credit Suisse that we used to use on monthly dividend payer oil, has a negative total return. Again, they both pay monthly. See their nominal yield. USOY has an 85, USOI only 25. You can see the support to resistance, 52-week risk rewards, a little bit better as well. Also, USOY is optionable, so we could also sell covered calls against USOY. Again, you can see the calculation of the total return. See the performance. Again, oil's been down, but USOY deteriorated less than USOI. So USOIs, they must have changed their dividend payment schedule or something, because its performance has deteriorated really since UBS took over from Credit Suisse. So if we look at the chart in FinViz for USOY, and Defiance Oil Enhanced Options Income, see again, it's been trending down as oil's been trending down. The last dividend they paid, March 3rd, 70 cents, dollar, 80 cents, so pretty steady. Again, it shows a nominal yield of 70%. And performance of oil been negative for the year. We look at its composition. Got a bunch of treasury stuff, so it's based on USO. So again, we want to find the bottom in USO. Use that as our entry point in USOY. Same thing with USOI. They're both based on USO. Again, USO is still in the 70s, so we're waiting for USO to drop below 70. So again, based on USO. So again, let me know what you all think as USOY as a monthly dividend payer on oil compared to USOI. Has anyone used USOY as a monthly dividend payer on oil in the past? And if so, how did you like the performance? And it looks like a better monthly dividend payer on oil nowadays than USOI. So I hope that all helps. And just a quick reminder, you can see the Mag 7s we watch and the Yield Max tab, see the ones that have positive total return, see the potential price appreciation. Again, we've got a number of these already, AMDY, AMZY, APLY, and VDY and TSLY. So you can see all the total returns, risk reward profiles of all of those. Also, as we mentioned, we're watching CONY and GOOY. So you can see the total returns and risk reward profiles of those in the Yield Max tab. Also, you can find the distribution schedule for the Yield Maxes via the link in the references sheet. Try to keep an eye on the chat. We'll quickly run through some of the other dividend payers. Again, a lot of the Yield Maxes. This is a telecom on Mexican Telecom, I believe. This is a retail, not real hip on retail right now. Again, the Yield Maxes. That's a short on gold. And GOOY. This is a regional bank, not real hip on those. IEF, again, popular dividend payers, IEF and IEI. And IEF showing up as somewhat attractive, although again, you see the total return on those is pretty low. Leg is a furnishing company. We've done analysis on those before. MJ is cannabis. Several of these debt-based closed-end funds, bond funds showing possible, not huge total return. OPP, and you can take a look at any of those. PDI, Pfizer we've talked about in the past, but again, negative total return. Might be interested in QQQY. It's got a good positive total return. We've recently done analysis on that one. It's a short. SDP, SPYT also might be attractive. Shutterstock's been in pretty steady decline. We'll see that in the puts as well. Again, pretty negative total return. Tate, see it's again negative total return. S-Mall, if you think get a big spike in volatility, might be an opportunity to pick up some S-Mall. TLT. Talked about USOY and USOI. Xerox has kind of pretty much been a dumpster fire. Okay. Crow's mentioning dividend on SARK. I believe SARK only pays a dividend at the end of each year. So they pay a nice dividend, but only at the end of each year. Nominal yield 25%. Again, SARK's been declining for the year. Did bounce back up recently. So better for a day trading scalping than really a dividend payer. Again, I believe it pays at the end of each year. So I'll leave this up. If anyone else wants to look at any other dividend payers, we'll try to keep an eye. We'll talk about option strategies. So we also use several option strategies to generate income while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. And we sell covered calls against our positions, as you saw with TECS. And we sell when our stocks are going up, buy them back when they're coming back down. And we use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on our covered call strategies. And you can do likewise, use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on your covered call strategies by joining our Patreon. Got a whole series of videos on how you can use our covered calls Google Sheet for your make money trading, your covered calls, etc. You can access those via the links in the notes. We also sell puts when stocks are going down, buy them back when they're going back up. We use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. And again, you can also get access to our puts ROIC Google Sheet, help you make money trading puts by joining our Patreon. We'll grab a quick drink and we'll go over the updates to our puts ROIC Google Sheet. Okay, very quickly, updates to our puts ROIC Google Sheet. I don't have any new for our main sheet. Did lower the strike price on SOXL. We saw that decline in semiconductors yesterday in SOXL. So for the April expiration, I lowered the strike down to 15. We already sold some puts against SOXL at 25 for March. We'll see if we get assigned those. Wait for a swing back up in semiconductors. Again, I do expect some pump out of the NVIDIA GTC conference. We'll see if we get a spike up this week, and maybe those will expire worthless at the end of this week. But you can see if you want SOXL puts at 20 or 15, etc. We heard that poor guidance from Delta Airlines. It pretty much hit everything in the travel sector. So I added a number of travel sector stocks to our research sheet. Delta at 40. Also, the cruise lines took a hit on that news. So I added Carnival Cruise Lines at 40. Also, HP Enterprises reported poor guidance, poor earnings. They took a hit. That popped up in my screener. Do a screener at the end of each day using this put seller ROI tool. And HPE popped up, so I thought I'd put that in there, see what the premium on those puts is. I want to do some very quick look at Dell. Gerald Fitz asked about Dell in the live chat of last week's part 2, so I want to get to Dell, take a little bit of a look at puts on Dell. So I put Dell in our research sheet at 80 for April. Let's take a look at that one real quick. See with the pop up on Friday, most of the stocks were up, so not attractive for selling, possibly attractive for buying back. Here's Dell. So again, I put Dell in at 80. See right now, the premium's only 95 cents. It had a high of 528. It's currently at 95. Delta on that's below our 30%, so about 0.11. It's not too bad right now. The ROIC is not that attractive, but at the 52-week high, be over 5%, so that might be attractive. Let's look at the chart of Dell and FinBiz. So again, you can access the profiles of these stocks via the link in the FinBiz URL column. Again, we saw that drop on Dell on earnings. Even though they beat EPS, they missed on revenue. They must have given somewhat poor guidance. Again, we've heard some deterioration in the guidance of the data centers, etc. So pretty significant drop. Did bounce back up. See, it's broken down below its moving averages, broken down below its channel. Looks like it dropped to about its 52-week low, pretty close to that. So if you caught that bottom in Dell, might be somewhat attractive. Looks like 2 to 1 or so. It's still relatively high, but again, it's got decent upside. It does look a little head and shoulderish. Again, it's got more downside to the long-term weekly trend line. I have to see if it holds up. It looks like a multiple bottom, so it might be a good buy point if Dell does start trending back up. But again, you've got significant risk. That's why I was more interested in selling puts on it versus shares. Again, due to the risk reward profile, it's got plenty of downside, some upside. So it's really, what do you think? You think Dell's going to swing back up or break down further? And might get a pump out of the NVIDIA GCT conference. See, it's got a big gap between outstanding and float, so I don't think they need cash. They've got enough cash. Don't have a lot of debt, but they might have an offering sitting on the shelf that they could drop if need be. Pays a small dividend, not heavily shorted. It's performed pretty poorly this year. So again, a lot of that comes given the risk reward profile. It's whether you think Dell's going to recover from that slightly poor earnings, or is it going to continue to trend down? You can see I picked that 80 level. It's like the next support level below this. So again, I'd be more interested in selling puts against Dell than buying shares right now, just given to the risk reward profile. So let me know what you all think of Dell. Do you think it's going to bounce back up, recover, swing back up, or do you think it's going to break down further, given, again, the poor earnings, poor guidance, etc., and some possible deterioration in data center spending? I hope that all helps. So some additional updates to our puts in our research sheet. Lowered Align 165 to 150, Bill 45 to 40. Again, on markets declining, a lot of these are breaking down. Avis, Car 66 to 50. We've done previous analysis on selling puts on several of these, so you can access those via the links to the videos in the notes. Etsy 45 to 40. Path, they reported poor earnings. Also, I've seen Kathy Wood's Art Case been selling Path, so it broke back down. So lowered that strike to 9. Again, they're losing money. Otherwise, it might be attractive to buy shares, but again, they're losing money. Reported poor earnings, poor guidance. And again, you can hear our previous analysis on Path via the link to the video. SEE lowered to 27.50, and Shutterstock, again, it's been breaking down. We'd sold some puts, got assigned some shares in Shutterstock. I still have a put out for May at 27.50. Well, it has not yet gotten assigned. We'll see if Shutterstock bounces back up. It's been pretty steady decline. Again, they've got the merger with Getty, so eventually it should rebound. Hopefully. Again, you can hear our previous analysis on Shutterstock via the link to the video in the notes. And we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet, and a whole playlist to help you make money trading options that you can find on our channel, also via the link in our notes. I very quickly look at some other puts, look at our main sheet. Again, I've got one sold on AEHR at 10. I've also got the information for the April, so that was a March, so it did bounce up on Friday. We'll see if that expires worthless or if I get assigned those shares. They had some positive contract news, so either way, I'm okay with that. If you want to buy some puts on AHR, you can see its current premium's not super high, but if it does decline, might get more attractive. Intel's rebounded. They got a new CEO, so it bounced back up. I might roll those to April or just cancel them. You can see the April's at 20, not terribly attractive right now. And I've sold Soxel at 25. See if those get assigned. You can see the Soxel at 15. Not super high, but if we get a further decline in semiconductors, those get somewhat attractive, 8%. See if there's any others that have again, we saw a decline in the VIX on Friday, so a lot of these premiums deteriorated somewhat. See, there's ELF. We've talked about ELF before. You can take a look at that one. Mara, I'm not real hip on the Bitcoin miners, but you can see it's somewhat attractive. Sell puts. Again, we've already sold the Maze on Shutterstock. Again, it's just been deteriorating. You can see what the premium is on the 1750s. Don't have the data yet on that. So again, not a whole lot attractive from Friday. Again, if we get a further pop in the VIX, again, premiums for selling might be more attractive. If some of those that we've sold bounce back up, we'll buy them back, rinse and repeat, generate some income selling puts. So let me know what you think of all of that. If you have any other puts that you'd like us to collect the data for in our Puts ROIC Google Sheet, please put those in the comments to the video or in our Discord. Again, any other stocks you'd like us to research, ETFs, etc., put them in the comments to any of our videos or in our Discord and tag us in our Discord. We're BeachBum Trading, all lowercase, no other characters, symbols, etc. Anyone else is an imposter, please report and ignore them. Again, our Discord is free to join. You get access to all the channels other than the few I mentioned that are exclusive to our Patreon members. So again, our Discord's free to join. We have all kinds of channels to discuss trading, all kinds of asset classes, using different trading styles, different trading platforms. Again, you all can chat 24/7 with your fellow traders in our Discord. Again, it's free to join and participate. We just have the notable channels exclusive to our Patreon members. Okay, let me grab a quick drink, and if I missed anyone's question, welcome Aura Alpha if I missed you earlier. If I missed anyone's question or stock you want to look at, I apologize. Please post those back in the chat and take a few minutes and look at anything that you would like to look at. Okay. Again, if I missed your question or your stock you want to look at, I apologize. Please put those in the comments to our video or contact us in the chat. Take a look at those in the near future. We'd also love to hear your feedback on what we can do to improve our weekly trading game plans, any of our videos, our tools, our Google Sheets, etc., our community. What can we do to continue to improve and add more value to all of our BeachBum traders? We hope that you like this content. We'd greatly appreciate it if you'd smash the like button on our videos, help us try to get the YouTube algorithm to show us some love someday and share our content with more traders around the world, continue to build our BeachBum trading community. We also really would appreciate your help to directly post our content on your social media sites. Can help us continue to build our BeachBum trading community for the benefit of all of our BeachBum traders. So thank you again to everyone that participated in the chat, everyone that's watching after the fact. And we continue discussions in our Discord. Again, thank you for joining us. We hope you have good luck. Hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day. I believe it's tomorrow. The luck of the Irish be with you, and have a great trading week.